Hey everyone, it's Will, GamerDad, with another video for you. So unfortunately I am on vacation, and so I wasn't able to do any patch notes or updates, but that being said, in tonight's episode of Should You Summon, we'll discuss the various banners that appeared with tonight's update. Now if you haven't already, make sure you like and subscribe to my channel, I really appreciate it. I also do have a Patreon account for those who want to support me this way. I also do apologize for my quieter voice. I actually am sick while on vacation, so this is pretty ridiculous. Things haven't been going nearly as well, but I am hoping that you are enjoying the newest update. I'm not even sure I will be able to play the update while I'm on vacation. However, I'll get back to it once I get back into town in a few days. So let's get right into it. First banner, of course, is the Fateful Encounter Magic Secrets Edition. And so clearly, as you can see, they're going to feature the 5 units that are in front of the banner. Our newest male gacha husbando, or, well, I don't know if you're into that kind of husbando, but even so, our newest male unit, Kuchinawa, of course, Palm AS, Melody AS, Yakumo, and Ify. Note that this is only a boosted at 10% chance on the last pull. Pulls 1 to 9 have the same random odds spread across over 100 other 5-star units. And of course, if you don't happen to hit one of the 5 featured units, the rest of the odds are split up between the rest of the 5-star units. So you can clearly see all the units are in the game. Again, this is no pickup bonus, so even if you hit Kuchinawa, you'll only get 1 out of 3 Stellar Awakenings. If you hit some of the older units, of course, Yuela AS being the newest one, or Daisy AS, then you'll also only get 1 out of 3 Awakening gauges. And of course, if you hit the bots and rainbows and sisters, you get absolutely nothing at all, other than some disappointment. So, should you summon? Now, of course, we'll talk about Kuchinawa in just a little bit. He's got a lot of interesting features, but as to the other 4 units, can't say I have a lot of experience with Palm AS. Yakumo and Ify, we both know, form the foundation of one of the strongest teams, at least in shade DPS in the game. I hope that either following the Star Dream Encounter Guide that I've put out over the last year, or through some luck and determination, you probably have Ify, if not Yakumo, if not both. And so this banner would probably be not as valuable to most of you. For those who are extremely new to the game and wondering whether or not you want to pay 100 paid stones for this banner, or 1,000 paid stones, you have to remember that you only get a 10% chance of each of these units. If you hit Kuchinawa, it will not be Stellar Awakened, so that's a loss in itself. Melody AS is actually very, very powerful in terms of wind, both in, I'll say it as a secondary DPS, but mainly as the ability to set an awaken zone and also dispel or break zone every 3 turns. A lot of the new boss mechanics overwrite your zone with their awaken zone, and unless you can break zone, aka with a Suzette, Stellar Awakened, or otherwise, you're in some pretty big trouble. And so, for example, my waifu Suzette teamed up with a Melody AS wind team is quite powerful. Now, that being said, this is 1,000 paid stones, and so generally I would not recommend spending on this. If you really want to chase down Ify and Yakumo, you can always wait until the next Star Dream encounter. Select one of those to guarantee it, being that they're both non-Stellar Awakened type of units. You can always get the full value by choosing a Yakumo or an Ify. And of course, with Yakumo, you do get the Kumos as well. Now, that being said, we do have a little bit longer to get a Kuchinawa with the Fateful. This is a 3 out of 3 banner, as in you can do it up to 3 times. Standard stuff. If you do get it, it's a pickup bonus. 0.4, 0.8 on pulls 1 to 9. And of course, a 10% flat chance on 10. Again, being that this is a paid banner, AS Daisy as well as AS Yuela will be here, as well as some of the other units out there. And again, with the exception of Kuchinawa, you will not get any other pickup bonus in former Stellar Awakened units. Alright, so coming back to Kuchinawa for the regular folk, aka the rest of us. If you're a free player, you only have this banner to go with. This one will have a pickup bonus as well. 0.4, 0.8, so not bad. Full odds for newer unit. Also on Pulse 10, you do get a 1.2% uprated on the 4.5. So, what do I think about Kuchinawa? Now, other than the fact that he's a husbando, and of course we always summon for waifus, he is very, very interesting. As a Stellar Awaken unit, well, you know my thoughts on the Stellar Awaken system. However, as an Earth Magic, I'll say Earth Zone setter, conditional, and high-level Earth Magic DPS, I think he's going to do very, very well. Not sure how he will fit in because his moves and abilities really do stack off a full Earth team, and so you can't really mix it nearly as easily in a mixed, say, Earth Magic team. That being said, you still do have AS Chio. He can do some really interesting things where if you do have Link, aka a full Earth team, he'll start up with an Awakened Earth Zone right off the bat on turn start. He does not have an Earth Zone setting move, so that's a big downside, similar to some of the other newer units out there. And so you will need a dedicated Earth Zone setter, aka Ultra Shannon, or of course, if you've beaten the newest round of Battle Simulator, which I haven't, then you have an Earth Zone Grasta. There are many other ways to set Earth Zone. If you do have Earth Zone, you can have a move that gives Link, which will allow your whole team, especially if they're Earth, Magic, or Arcadia units, to apply multiple stacks of Elemental Break Earth, and based on those stacks can stack something else, well, where he will do an end of turn massive attack. So I think he's going to go really well in Mono Element Earth teams. By the way, in Enhanced Earth Zone, he'll also apply Magic Res down 50% for 5 turns on top of the type Res down 50% for 5 turns. So if you're having trouble dealing damage to the enemy, he's going to really soften up the bosses or the mobs for you. He also does have a 0 MP consumption move, which if you are needing something like that, especially if you're newer to the game, that's still very, very valuable. If you're like me and you have, you know, like for example, units like Ultra Tuva, which by the way is Earth as well, or for example, a Villette, both of those can give 0 MP to start. I think Melpy also gives 0 MP if you have her Stellar Awaken. If not, I think she's only a 50% MP reduction. So something to keep in mind. Still very, very useful. But he has some other, I won't say anything really important. He can give himself max HP plus 50 and also mental focus, very similar to Karma, for example, with Yakumo. But his really interesting move is his SA move. It does a preemptive Earth Magic AoE times 3 XXL, power, int, speed, endurance, and spirit down for 5 turns, minus 50%. Now, of course, bosses and minions, especially during HP stoppers and likewise, can dispel those debuffs. The fact that you have this in a move outside Stellar Awaken, it is a stellar move. However, you do not have to do that in Stellar Burst. That means if you add him to your team, you can basically fit him into either a Magic team or an Earth team or even a mixed team, and you'll have someone that can give power, int, speed, endurance, and spirit down. And remember that endurance and spirit are basically required for defending against physical and magical attacks. And so when I say he can soften up your units, to soften up the enemy to do more damage, I think he's going to do very well in that role. Not to mention, I don't know his mods, but it looks like he's going to do tons of damage, being that he also allows your Link units to apply Elemental Break Earth and so on and so forth. Keep in mind that if you do the Stellar move in Stellar Burst, the strength of the move will be increased times 40, and at turn end, inflict all enemies with exposed Earth for 1 turn, which means that the enemy will always be weak to Earth for 1 turn. And of course, if you have an all-Earth team, like I said before, he shines in Earth mono-element teams. That just means you're going to exploit the weak point and blast away at the enemy without any problems. He also does have a stalking mode, which I'm not really sure what that means. I'm assuming that means he'll be targeted less often. His move basically, if you do it once, it'll put him in stalking mode. If you do a second time, I believe he'll exit stalking mode but do more damage. So I'm not really sure about the mechanic of that. You can let me know in the comments below what that exactly means. And so overall, I would say that he is going to be quite a powerful addition to your team. I think the fact that he can give type res and magic res down 50, and keep in mind that is only in enhanced Earth Zone. Without Earth Zone, you only get the type res down 50, which is no slouch by any stretch. And of course, without the SA, you will not have that access to the 5 power in speed, endurance, and spirit down. But if you can pick him up as an SA and get that move, I think he's going to be quite powerful. Downside, he cannot set zone other than at turn start or battle start when you have all 4 Earth or units on your team to awaken Earth Zone. He also has some other, I guess on his SA board, he allows your awaken zone to extend for 3 extra turns. So you will not need an RCF anymore. He can do that for you. So a lot of bang for your buck. I think if you like his kit, you should summon on it. Of course, if he's not attractive to you or you don't find you're going to be using a magic or earth team, or you think your earth team is very strong, keep in mind that there are Sirius and other units out there, then you can pass on it. Also, don't forget that there was Tiramisu SA as well as AS Daisy just recently coming out. As for myself, being that I'm in Vegas, of course, why not gamble and try a few thousand stones on Kuchinawa? I'm not sure when this video will be uploaded, so when I have a chance, I'll upload this and then upload the summon video sometime after that. Anyways, as usual, these are just my thoughts about the banner in general. If you do plan to summon, good luck on your summoning. Hope you get the featured unit. Hope that you stay away from those bots, Rainbow Sisters and Knights. And like always, continue enjoying the game, and hopefully you enjoy the Wryz Saga Part 3. Again, I don't know when I'm going to be able to finish that, and so hopefully I get to start that sometime in the next few days. Of course, being that, again, I'm on vacation and also quite sick, not sure when my energy levels is going to allow me to do that. Anyways, thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.